Hi guys, I'm in my garage today. I'm gonna pull a dresser over there that I'm going to donate to one of Filipino teachers that are coming to Topeka to teach in the Topeka public school system, and they need furnishings. So we're trying to furnish 3 apartments. So I'm gonna pull that dresser and probably this plastic tubbies and give it to them so they have something to use when they get here. They will be here like towards the end of August. And so that's what I'm doing today. And while we do that, I will talk about um, 13A visa. We are 21 weeks away from retirement, by the way. And so this is my weekly update. And so while I do that, I will talk about 13A visa. Okay, so there are two kinds of 13 visa for the Philippines. One is 13A and one is 13G. 13G visa is a non-quota immigrant visa for returning former national-born Filipino citizens. The 13G visa is an immigrant visa issued to a naturalized born citizen of the Philippines who has been subsequently naturalized as a citizen of a foreign country and who is returning to the Philippines for personal residence. So that would not apply to me because I am no longer a naturalized citizen. I have acquired dual citizenship. So here's an option for me as a dual citizen. It is called a 13A visa. By the way, if you are a dual citizen, you can come and go as you please in the Philippines. So, but since I have Michael and JJ with me, so we will apply for a 13A visa, which is a spouse or unmarried child of Filipino citizen. Okay, so these are the requirements. You can find these requirements at the Philippine Consulate General website. So, a spouse of a Filipino citizen. Okay, so if the application is made by a spouse of a Filipino citizen, the following documentary requirements must be submitted. Okay, so number one requirement is submit report of marriage if contracted outside the Philippines. If not, or report of marriage was filed over a year from application, Philippine Statistics Authority issued marriage certificate. So number two is 2 copies of duly accomplished application form. And you can find that form, of course, in the Philippine Consulate General website. It's called form number 3. And it looks like that. You'll fill that out. There's 2 pages. So, third requirement is a valid passport. The original passport and 2 photocopies of the passport must be submitted. So, you have to submit the original and 2 copies. And the passport's validity must extend at least 1 year beyond the length of proposed stay in the Philippines. And then number 4 is you need to provide 4 2x2 size photograph taken at least 6 months. Okay, the applicant's signature must be affixed on the front side of the picture. Then the medical certificate, which is a form number 1, which would be accomplished by a local physician, and all supporting documents must be submitted in triplicate or 3 copies. That would be a chest x-ray plate in CD must accompany the certificate together with the results from the following tests. 1. Stool, oviparasite and occult blood. 2. Urinalysis. 3. Complete blood test, blood serology and chemistry. Okay, so the medical certificate, form number 11, it wasn't form 1, it was form number 11, would look like this. So if you go to the website, you can easily find these forms. It's only 1 page, so we have done this before, but from our experience, the CD, the chest x-ray, which was in CD form, wasn't recognized by the Bureau of Immigration over there. So Michael ended up getting another chest x-ray and another exams like urinalysis. Yeah, we spent 1 day over there at the Bureau of Immigration office. And so here's another experience we have as far as I can remember. Okay, I might have forgotten some of them, but this is what I can remember. When we went there, of course it was August, Michael was wearing, you know, shorts and flip-flops. We weren't allowed to get in the office because he was in shorts and flip-flops. But the funny thing is, the guy at the BI office said, we have like they have like pants that you can borrow in order for you to get, you know, to get in. So fortunately, Michael was able to fit in one of the pants, so he was able to get in. I mean, we'd rather do that instead of going back to our hotel and, you know, rummaging through our luggages to see where long pants would be. We were not expecting that, and one of our carry-on are mostly shorts. So anyway, instead of going back to the hotel, we went ahead and he went ahead and put on the long pants. Okay, so that's a side note. Now he has to have tests again, like x-ray, and I'm pretty sure it was a urinalysis before we could go on to the next test. I mean, before we could go on to the next step in obtaining the ACR card. So anyway, That's what happened to us when we were there in 2015. So in case you guys want to go and you have to go to the BI, be sure you wear long pants, and sleeveless shirt isn't allowed. So that's all I can say. And it's true with any of Philippine offices. You cannot go in with your flip-flops and your shorts and your whatever sleeveless tops, tank tops, or is it tank tops? I don't know. Okay, so anyway, that's medical certificate form. So number 6 is an apostilled local state police clearance obtained within the last 6 months. The original and one photocopy must be submitted. Now, this apostilled one is new to us. We never had that problem in 2015, but apparently um, it's it has changed. So we'll talk about apostille it later. Okay, so number 7 is proof of financial capacity. Latest printout showing statement of credit card accounts, latest printout of bank account statements, ownership of real estate properties, and other documents showing the applicant's capacity to financially support himself slash herself during his or her stay in the Philippines. You will need more than one type of proof of financial capacity. Okay, so some of you might just have, the Social Security. You will need more than one type of proof of financial capacity. So I believe it will be like if you have IRAs or retirement accounts, then you will need to uh, show that. And then you have to go appear personally for an interview by the consular officer. In the Midwest, I know it's the consular office is in Chicago. I don't know about the other jurisdictions. A payment of immigrant visa fee of $150, cashier's check, if in person, if by mail, cashier's check or U.S. postal money order. Proof of Philippine citizenship of the Filipino spouse, which would be me. Example would be the Philippine passport or Philippine birth certificate. So in my case, the dual citizenship certificate. The marriage certificate, both the original and a photocopy. Yes, so the original must be submitted along with the photocopies. We have done that, and all those original documents that I have submitted has returned to us safe and sound. So, and then 2 photocopies, the original and 2 photocopies of the applicant's apostilled birth certificate. Original and photocopy of a notarized letter from the Filipino spouse requesting or petitioning the issuance of an immigrant visa to his or her foreign spouse. So I have to write a letter and notarize it, requesting that my husband and our son would be allowed to go to the Philippines. Then the last one is the original and a photocopy of the proof of Filipino spouse's Philippine citizenship, Philippine passport or Philippine birth certificate. For unmarried children under 21 years old, so they will need Same as requirements number 2 to 8. All these documents. The original photocopy of the child's apostilled birth certificate. Original and photocopy of the proof of parents' Filipino citizenship. Sworn statement of financial support executed by parents if requirement number 7 cannot be complied by the applicant. And there's a note here that says the visa officer can request additional documents to determine whether or not the applicant can be issued a visa. So you use or bring your own. Yes, I remember when we did this, we had to bring our own USPS Priority Mail flat rate envelope or a box if you have really thick documents. It should be self-addressed, and postage paid as the return envelope. And those are the requirements. So now let's talk about apostilled. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it apostilled or apostilled or I don't know. Okay, so from May 15, 2019, that's the reason why we never had this thing when we went there in 2015. This thing started in 2019. The consulate cannot authenticate the signatures on the following public documents: notarized documents, documents signed, issued, certified by a federal, state, county, city, university, or school official. The change is due to the Philippines officially becoming a party to the Apostilled Convention. So, they became officially a party to the Apostilled Convention, the Philippines is, starting May 15, 2019. So let's see what apostille is. Apostille, so authentication of a public document through apostille. Beginning May 15, 2019. So to use these types of public documents in the Philippines, these will only require an apostille certificate issued by competent authorities such as the following. For consular reports of birth, death, and marriage of U.S. citizens, you had their main office is in Washington, D.C. But I found out when I researched this apostille thing, because like I said, this is new to me, I found out that you can do it in your state where you live by going to your Secretary of State's General Office. So an apostille verifies the seal and signature of your state's public official or a notary, which enables the document to be recognized in foreign countries that are members of the 1961 Hague Convention Treaty. You might say, what is the difference between notary and apostilled document? A notary is an individual that verifies the legal validity of signatures. An apostille is a document that guarantees the international legality of a document. So it has to be, well, just like a notary, it has to be stamped, right? the stamp would have to be affixed to the document. Basically, it's just like that. But apparently, since the Philippines had become a member and the U.S. is a member of the 1961 Hague Convention Treaty, so both countries will now require apostille documentation. And okay, so the documents that would need to be apostilled would be the birth certificate and the local state police clearance. Okay, so I can bring the birth certificates to the Secretary of State, wherever state you are. In my case, it would be the Kansas Secretary of State. I go and bring those documents, and apparently it's like $7.50 to get it apostilled. The same thing with JJ's transcript and the police clearance for Michael. The apostilled documents, by the way, do not expire. It would be good for for a long time. Yeah, guys, I didn't know about this apostille thing until I started looking into getting the 13A visa. So we're gonna start gathering those documents and getting those stamped, and we should be good to go. So anyway, I will see you guys on my next vlog. This is Midlife Wanderings. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.